Do we live in a simulation? It's a question that has fascinated thinkers across various disciplines, from philosophers pondering the nature of reality to scientists exploring the limits of our understanding. The simulation hypothesis, popularized by the likes of Elon Musk, proposes that our entire existence is nothing more than an intricately designed computer simulation, akin to a sophisticated video game. While definitive proof either way remains elusive, one thing is certain: we cannot definitively prove that we are not living in a simulation. The simulation hypothesis suggests that an advanced civilization, possibly our future descendants or an extraterrestrial species, has created a virtual reality that we perceive as our physical universe. According to this theory, everything we experience, from the laws of physics to the very fabric of space and time, is a product of sophisticated algorithms running on some unimaginably powerful computer. To better understand the simulation hypothesis, let's delve into its origins. The idea dates back to ancient philosophy, with thinkers like Plato contemplating the notion of our reality being a mere illusion. Plato's allegory of the cave describes individuals chained inside a cave, perceiving only shadows cast on the wall as reality. This concept of an illusory reality has persisted throughout history, and it finds resonance in the modern simulation hypothesis. In more recent times, the simulation hypothesis gained prominence thanks to philosopher Nick Bostrom. In 2003, Bostrom argued that if future civilizations developed advanced computing power, they would likely run simulations of their ancestors. In this scenario, it becomes statistically more likely that we are living in a simulation rather than a base reality. The reasoning behind this theory lies in the rapid advancement of technology. Just a few decades ago, video games were simple pixelated graphics, but today, we have virtual reality and augmented reality technologies that can create incredibly realistic simulations. It's not hard to imagine that in the future, these simulations could become so advanced that they are indistinguishable from reality. When it comes to the simulation hypothesis, one intriguing aspect is its presence in popular culture. Films like The Matrix and Inception have explored the concept of simulated realities and raised profound questions about the nature of existence. These narratives challenge us to contemplate the boundaries between illusion and reality, blurring the lines between what is perceived and what is truly real. But what evidence do we have to support this simulation hypothesis? Well, one of the key arguments is that we haven't found any definitive evidence to disprove it. The nature of a simulation is such that it would be designed to appear real, with consistent laws of physics and logical constraints. If we are indeed living in a simulation, it would be meticulously crafted to ensure that we cannot easily detect its true nature. In fact, some scientists and philosophers argue that if our reality were a simulation, it would explain certain fundamental mysteries of the universe. The fine-tuning of the physical constants, such as the strength of gravity or the speed of light, could be a result of parameters set by the creators of the simulation. The presence of quantum weirdness, where particles exhibit strange behaviors, could be a manifestation of the underlying computational framework. Furthermore, the existence of dark matter and energy, which we struggle to detect and understand, could be artifacts of the simulated reality. Fascinatingly, there have been endeavors to test the simulation hypothesis. In 2010, physicists at the University of Bonn in Germany conducted an experiment examining the quantum behavior of particles. Surprisingly, they discovered that the particles exhibited different behavior when observed by human eyes compared to when they were not observed by a camera. In an attempt to understand this phenomenon, they even unplugged the camera and found that the experiment yielded the same results as if nobody was watching. However, upon plugging the camera back in, the particles once again behaved as if they were being observed by a human eye. Scientists have yet to explain this perplexing occurrence. One researcher openly requested an explanation, stating that a Nobel Prize awaits anyone who can provide a solution. This peculiar outcome led some to suggest that the simulation may have been modified or manipulated when under observation, as if the system was aware that it was being watched. This analogy is reminiscent of a video game, where only nearby objects are rendered invisible to the player. Simulating every aspect of our lives would require an immense amount of computational power. But if only the elements observable to humans are rendered, it would necessitate less memory. This explanation could potentially elucidate why the experiment exhibited different behavior when human eyes were present. When it comes to the simulation hypothesis, it's hard not to mention Elon Musk. The billionaire entrepreneur and CEO of Tesla, Twitter, and SpaceX has been vocal about his belief in the simulation theory. Musk argues that the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, AI, and video game technology make it increasingly plausible that we are living in a simulation. He suggests that if we continue to develop AI and create virtual worlds that are indistinguishable from reality, then it becomes highly likely that we are already part of such a simulation ourselves. If we consider the remarkable progress in AI and video game technology, it's not difficult to see why some argue that our reality may already be a simulation. Games like Cyberpunk 2077 and Red Dead Redemption 2 showcase stunningly realistic graphics, immersive worlds, and complex AI-driven characters. As technology advances, it is conceivable that future simulations could become so sophisticated that they would be virtually indistinguishable from our everyday experiences. So if we can create such realistic simulations, why couldn't a more advanced civilization or intelligence create a simulation like our reality? If our world is a simulation, it would explain why we find ourselves in a universe governed by mathematical laws, why we observe patterns and order in nature, and why our reality appears to be finely tuned for the existence of life. In the field of physics, scientists are continuously pushing the boundaries of knowledge, searching for ways to test the simulation hypothesis more rigorously. Some propose that by examining the fabric of space-time itself, or by searching for subtle irregularities in physical laws, we may uncover clues that point towards a simulated reality. However, these endeavors are ongoing and far from providing definitive answers. Beyond the scientific realm, the simulation hypothesis raises profound philosophical and existential questions. If our reality is simulated, what does it mean for our notions of free will, morality, and the purpose of life? Can we find meaning in an existence that may be artificially constructed? These contemplations challenge us to reevaluate our understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. In the end, whether we live in a simulation or not, the exploration of this idea challenges us to question the nature of our existence, our perception of reality, and the limits of human knowledge. As technology continues to advance and our understanding of the universe deepens, we may one day find answers to the ultimate question: do we live in a simulation? While the simulation hypothesis is a fascinating concept, it is not without its skeptics. Critics argue that the burden of proof lies with those proposing the hypothesis, as extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. They point out that just because we cannot disprove the simulation hypothesis doesn't necessarily mean it is true. Moreover, some scientists and philosophers argue that the simulation hypothesis raises more questions than it answers. For instance, if our reality is a simulation, what lies beyond the simulation? What is the nature of the base reality in which the simulation exists? These questions push the boundaries of our understanding and highlight the limitations of our current knowledge. As technology continues to advance at an exponential rate, some argue that we are approaching a point where simulations will become indistinguishable from reality. Virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR technologies, are already transforming the way we interact with digital environments. With the advent of ultra-realistic graphics, haptic feedback, and immersive experiences, it becomes increasingly challenging to discern between what is real and what is simulated. Moreover, advancements in AI are driving the development of increasingly sophisticated virtual characters and environments. AI algorithms can generate realistic human-like behaviors, making it more difficult to distinguish between real and simulated entities. As AI continues to evolve, it raises the question of how far we can push the boundaries of simulation realism, and whether we will reach a point where simulations become indistinguishable from our everyday experiences. Furthermore, the rise of neural interfaces and brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, introduces the potential for direct integration of human minds with virtual environments. Researchers are exploring ways to directly interface the human brain with computers, opening up the possibility of experiencing simulated realities directly through our neural pathways. This convergence of technology and biology blurs the line between the physical and the virtual, further complicating the question of what is real. From a religious and spiritual perspective, the simulation hypothesis presents a unique challenge. Many religious traditions posit the existence of a higher power, or a divine creator who shaped the universe. If we are living in a simulation, it raises questions about the nature of this higher power and the purpose behind the simulation itself. Some argue that the simulation hypothesis aligns with certain theological and philosophical perspectives, suggesting that our reality may be a means for spiritual growth or exploration. As we conclude our thought-provoking exploration into the concept of living in a simulated reality, we invite you to ponder the intricacies and implications that surround this fascinating hypothesis. What are your personal beliefs regarding a simulated world? Do you think it's more likely that we exist in a simulation or in an unaltered reality? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments section below. We also encourage you to delve deeper into our channel, where we delve into other captivating subjects, such as the possibility of extraterrestrial life, the mysteries of the universe, and a multitude of intriguing topics. By liking, subscribing, and sharing our videos, you can support our small channel and join us in our quest to unravel the mysteries that ignite our imagination. Thank you for joining us on this immersive journey into the enigmatic realm of the simulation hypothesis. As we contemplate the nature of our existence, may we never cease to cultivate a sense of wonder, curiosity, and an unwavering thirst for knowledge. Until our paths cross again, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep embracing the infinite wonders of our world.